tempo. On pole, we've got Yankee.
No, we've got Desi going
We've
for
got
it.
Desi, okay. Last lap, Desi. And conventionally, look, so maybe went for 2 laps at the end there. I think it's safe to say, tempo on pole. Borish just managing to pip his teammate there right at the end. But both McLarens there. It's like watching the 1990s. You've got McLaren and a Ferrari at the top.
With Nicky and James Webber.
Exactly. Can you imagine? Oh, imagine. Oh, that looks like it's going to get quite tasty.
Yeah, they're all in anyway.
Yeah, they're all coming in.
It should be fine.
Hey, look, anyway, you've got Borish and Tempo on the front row together again. I mean, these I've only watched one race and 2 qualifying sessions, but they look to be the real dominant forces.
I mean, look at that. Seriously, not literally anyone, I believe, apart from one, which is Lightning 6-6, and obviously KTID 123, and Williams, obviously, who had a
penalty.
Obviously, penalty to serve, which obviously disqualification from quali in the next race. All 15 drivers are in that 1 second. That is incredible.
That is absolutely incredible. Again, if we had this,
see if we got an update with us. No, we haven't got any updates on Discord at the moment, so we should be hunky dory and set for the race.
I'm really excited for this. I mean, you don't see in modern day Formula One those kind of gaps, and we hope to when the regulations change. But that's about as tight as you can get, and it's sim racing. As I said last week, it is anyone's game. If you keep yourself clean, if you're low down in the field, you keep yourself clean, you keep yourself up from damage and out of trouble, you can find yourself rocketing up pretty quickly, and that's just how this works.
I will say this though, sticking on the terms of qualification and of course Brazil, probably one of my favourite all-time drivers of all time, and unfortunately, I just wish, I was older to actually to watch him. But Ayrton Senna, he was absolutely incredible in qualifying. I don't know if you remember this for Monaco. If you remember, see that
one-handed lap basically, and he was still a second faster than anyone else.
I believe it was 1.5 seconds faster than his teammate, Alain Prost.
That's correct. Right, so we've got the predicted strategy by AWS. Say what you want about them in real life. It looks like most people would probably do the soft hard, just do the formation lap. And an interesting fact, this is probably one of the most important laps of the race, as the drivers really try and get heat into the brakes, into the engine. The tyres, you want the tyres about in 90 to 100 degrees ideally, just so you can give yourself the maximum grip off the start.
Especially those at the front, because let's face it, when they come onto that pit straight, and that leader has warmed up his tyres absolutely brilliantly, he's all good. Unfortunately, what will happen is that he will be stationary for such a long time that his tyres will cool down. He will need to try and slow the pack up as much as he possibly can, so that everyone can have the chance to bunch up and making sure he has the heat in those tyres. By the way, it's attack 4001 and Lightning 66 has been disqualified from the formation lap. I'm guessing obviously contact
each other. Yeah, that can happen. However, now they're not going to get the benefit of being able to warm the car up and get it ready. It's a simple mistake, but it's going to affect them at the start. They are at the back together with KTID, who's had the warm-up lap. So, we could see some action further down. We will stick with the leaders through the first few corners. And let's have a look between Tempo and Borish. Equal tyres, unlike last week after the safety car, as the drivers line up. Now, there will be a bit of a delay at the start. The 5 lights will look like they've gone out, but there is a little bit of a delay while everyone syncs up together. So we will, if you're watching at home and you didn't know this about online, the lights go out. They're not stationary. It's just there's a little bit of a delay.
Anyway, we are here at Interlagos. We are about to go live. It is 5 lights. away we go.
Looks like a good start though. Wheel spin from Tempo. Really good start. Really good start from Tempo there as Eugene launched around the outside and then lost it completely. He's all the way back down. Brilliant stuff from Tempo there. Borish couldn't get side by side with him, and then Tempo pulls to one side to break the slipstream before swinging back on the racing line. He didn't have too much movement there. I know Eugene went for a move. Attack 4001 has moved up a place as well. Eugene and Bremboy seem to be in a little bit of a battle, as does It Sharky and the Wall, swapping back and forth all the way up the hill.
Oh, hello, I think we have Basabi. He's gone off. What's happened here?
Oh, there's a couple of people off. It's Basabi and Desi. Looks like they've made contact with each other.
Is there any damage? I'm trying to see what we can find out.
Can't see any.
Yeah, I can't see nothing on the end plates on both cars. It seems to be okay. I think we'll see them just been a collision. One of them must have spun off and probably influenced the other off the track, but who knows? We've got another one that's come off, spun off.
And he's got a penalty as well.
It is. Corner cutting.
Second penalty for corner cutting. It looks like he's spun off, and unfortunately the game's given him a penalty. We've got a couple of people coming into the pit on lap 1. Now, is that through being into tangle? But out of the lead, you can see Tempo's lead. He's already out of DRS here, so he is pulling away.
It is.
It's a nose change. It's a nose change. Well, It Sharky will be
along with
Red Bull.
Yeah, of Jesse Formula 1.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the actual Grand Prix itself. Tempo has made already a massive lead, 1 minute 4.
1.4 seconds there. As he 1 minute 4.
If only. Sorry.
You've got Yannicki. Oh, there's a lock up there. I believe that was from Borish as well, and that's really going to bring his teammate into the slipstream here along the pit straight. We've got Bremboy running in 4th, and then the Wall just behind him. Eugene there. Marty is just behind Eugene, as you can see, 3/10 of a second.
Right on board with him.
He's definitely using his overtake mode there as he looks to try and make it around the outside of the pit straight, and I think he's done it. Oh, it's because Eugene pit. There we go, yeah, so Eugene went into the pits. So we just got a couple of early movers, a few early incidents. Borish 1.5 seconds behind the leader of Tempo.
Attack 4001 has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I can only imagine that's probably
exceeding the track limits.
Exceeding track limits or cutting corners.
Yeah, of course, that's exactly what it would be for. Hey, look, penalties are going to play a part not only in the pit stops, but after the final result as well. It will be affected by penalties. It's the sim racing. It's on strict corner cutting. So that will mean, unlike, I'm sure a lot of us play at home on our career modes where we can get away with, as many as we want. Not online, not on strict. You're getting penalised pretty quickly. So you can see all the leaders now, unfortunately, out of DRS range of each other.
We'll say this, I think we're right on board with Tim 88.
He's coming, he wants the inside line, going into the centre S's, and I think he's done him on the straight here. So Tim 88 making a move past Marty FIFA. He's going to look to come back at him.
Will be, who have that DRS
but I don't think it's going to be close enough.
But if he stays close and obviously have the dirty air not affect him, he can possibly set himself up for that pit straight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's have a look at any news come from Discord. No, we haven't got any more incidents coming from the stewards or the FIA. We'll come back to you if we do hear anything.
But we will try and see if we can give you the best what we possibly can. And the closest battle at the moment will be between the two Renaults.
Okay, so a bit of inter-team battle here. Oh, as the lead Renault there just slightly drags his wheel across the track now. Is that going to affect him up the pit straight?
There will be a DRS train, so it depends if
who's burning the energy.
Who will be burning the energy? I believe Abdul Thomas 69 is burning that energy, but doesn't seem
close enough
to be close enough. And unfortunately, that DRS train doesn't really do much for him.
Absolutely, yeah. The DRS train's going to hold everything up. although this is the closest battle on the field, as I'm sure you guys can see for yourself. Tempo lead hovering about the 1.8 seconds mark to Borish. To his teammate Yannicki is about 1.2 seconds, and then 2 seconds to Bremboy. So Sharky is saying Sharky has left the session. We don't know if that's for technical difficulties.
I will say this though, hold on, let's look at Eugene and Sharky. What's happened here?
It did say Sharky's left the session, so he's just ghosting at the moment. So Eugene's gone. Well, he's ghosting because he's left the session. I don't know whether that's a connection issue. He probably might have been taken over by an AI here. Unfortunately, it's not Lando Bot.
Let's see. Does it ghost out?
He's still ghosting. He's still see-through. Yeah, he's ghosting out.
He's definitely ghosted out.
So I believe Sharky has left the session. We don't really know if that's technical difficulties. We are going to go on board with the Renault attack.
It is a battle between 7th, 8th, 9th, and I believe 10th if you want to count him in, but he's just probably lagging a bit behind there.
It's dragging behind just a little.
At the moment, we haven't really got any proper overtaking manoeuvres at the moment.
No.
Everyone's
having said that, the wall is right on the tail of Bremboy, so let's get to it as quick as we can and stay with this battle as it's eventually, as I'm sure, will be carried onto the pit straight. And Bremboy isn't actually going to have DRS to defend here, so has he been over-consuming the energy? We're about to find out on this pit straight.
Well, as far as I'm aware, if I look at the tail of Bremboy, no, he hasn't. He's not in recovery. He's not in recovery, so he could have ERS mode to obviously help him out a little bit. But unfortunately, let's face it, the wall is going to have everything to play with it, especially with DRS.
We're on board with the Williams, getting into the slipstream. He wants the inside line. He's going to have it. They are going to be braking together now, and the wall holds that inside line. That's a pretty clean overtake. Having said that, it wasn't the best exit, and Bremboy's going to try and go around the outside. That's a beautiful bit of fighting. That's the
great racing, right?
Very good racing, really, nice and clean. This battle is now actually holding and creating a bit of a train all the way to 9th place. They're all within a second of each other. It is Bremboy now who's the only one who's not going to have DRS here, as he is about 3.5 seconds behind Yannicki in third in the podium places.
Tempo actually using that Ferrari power as much as he possibly can. Obviously not putting into the normal Formula 1, but unfortunately, let's face it, Cobasters didn't predict what Ferrari were going to do this year. But he is using that Ferrari horsepower to literally put a gap from Borish. I mean, it was a 1 minute set, 1 minute...
1.8 seconds.
I need to stop this. 1 second and a half.
It's floating around the 1.5 seconds. One would assume he's just trying to, not overuse the tyres, don't make any silly mistakes. The race is well within his hands, but he will be wary. We've got a wheel-to-wheel battle along the centre S there between, I believe that was Martin FIFA and Attack 4001, who I believe got past him.
This one on with Adur Thomas 69. I believe he was part of that wall.
The wall has a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, so that would have been either corner cutting or exceeding the track limits.
Oh, I see that the wall is right up the backside of Bremboy. I think.
He almost left the door open to the Williams driver. Really thought about committing there. That could have ended in disaster for both of them. So I'm glad there was no coming together there.
I believe this might be the battle of the day between these two.
Yeah, so far we're 8 laps into a 36-lap race at Interlagos on F1 2020. And these two boys are going to be battling straight onto the main straight now, as Bremboy seems quite jittery. He must be looking at Timo 88. He's got a fantastic release from the corner, and he's going to take 2. They're going to go 3 wide, Ben. No, the wall pulls out. There's a lock-up. Bremboy's holding the inside line. The Red Bull isn't going to yield. He's going to come back. He's now got the inside for this next corner.
Awesome. Great bit of racing, and yet the ball is still coming back at him. He's got DRS, but he's going to wait. Yes, he is.
He nearly went into the back of the Red Bull there. He's almost pushing him through. that section of the track as they... Someone's gone off.
What happened here?
It's the Renault. It's the Renault attacking. He's retired from the session.
I can't imagine.
It looked like he locked into that corner and just went straight on. The battle, because of the wheel-to-wheel racing between Tim and the Wall and Bremboy, that it really started to hold the rest of the pack up, and it's created a mistake. And unfortunately, Ataku had made his way from relatively near the back of the pack. He was having a cracking race there, so that's unfortunate for him.
Hopefully we'll be able to get any updates from the FIA on what actually happened with Attack Ford 001, because we just saw it on our screens, didn't we? You just came across.
Here's Tim 88 now, and it looks like he's got him on straight, although this is Bremboy, and he will try and come back to the lock-up, so he tries the old switcheroo. He's trying to really open up each corner. He's going to stay in his slipstream here, all the way down this next straight, as Tim goes defensive, hugs it narrow, but that's Bremboy going around the outside, and that's almost open. He's up to the Wall. They're going to go wheel to wheel now. Unfortunately, the Wall dipped into the grass there, and he would have lost a bit of momentum.
See, this is where, unless you're going to be brave, this sector 2 is where you are going to have to, unfortunately,
sit behind someone.
Yeah, sit behind someone and single file this, unless someone proper makes a mistake.
Yeah.
But let's face it, they're going to be hugging those inside lines as much as they possibly can.
That's it. It really takes an opportunistic driver to make their way through a move around sector 2 of Brazil. We're now into sector 3, and the track now suddenly opens up for this pit straight here, where all the battling is going to be going on. And it looks like Tim didn't have really the best of releases there. Is that going to open things up for the Wall? They've got DRS.
We're going to ride on board with the Wall. I mean, it doesn't seem to be close enough.
No, boy, he's late on the brakes there. He looks to switch to the inside. That could have ended in disaster as he opens up the corner there, exactly like I was saying, 2 wheels.
He's trying to get that clean air as well.
Yeah.
Fortunately, won't be able to get the DRS with Tim 88. At the moment,
keeping him safe.
It's about between 5, 6, 7, 8.
4th as well, obviously Bremboy's 4th. This is, everyone's within DRS of each other than Bremboy.
He's coming back at the moment with Lightning 66. Lightning 66 has actually disqualified it from the qualification, and he's actually come into the points into 10th.
That was KTID.
It was KTID. Sorry, I will apologise, but
it's all right. That's okay. Look, Tim's now going to make a move if we can get back up there. This is the main battle on the track. Overtake mode. He ain't got a lot of DRS. He's got the DRS now, though. He's moving to the outside. That's going to give him the Wall, the inside line into this next corner as he shuts him all the way to the end of the track, defending for his life. But the outside line turns to the inside line, and then that's a touch there. Bremboy and the Wall both have penalties here. So can Tim pick up the pieces down this straight? No, I believe. Yeah, okay, no, the Wall's now into 4th place, but he has a penalty, as does Bremboy. Both with multiple warnings. There's been no dirty racing. I have to say the racing's been clean and fair so far.
Oh, definitely.
But we're still yet to find out what actually had happened with Attack 4001. Attack apparently hit the Wall with lightning and has retired.
Right.
Well,
so that must have been coming down straight. You've got the Wall on the left-hand side with a little bit of grass.
Yes, you do.
So maybe there was a vicious move. Oh, Bremboy and the Wall and Tim, they're all fighting for each other's position. That's really benefiting. Is it Aldo? That's not where you want to be going, and that's really going to hinder his chance of an overtake. It might even open up Martin's feet for now, but the pit straight isn't quite long enough. And the battle will keep going on down the next straight after the centre S's. Looks like Renault's got a lot of pace at this point in the race. He's going to go for it here. Surely? No.
Unfortunately, he's got overtake. He didn't have overtake on him. He's in the recharging point.
Right, okay. No problem. So all of this battling has actually allowed Tim to pull... it's actually allowing the Wall to pull away from Tim 88. Now, the wall does have a 3-second penalty at the moment. I do believe the penalties are going to be served in the pits, at least for now.
Well, at the moment, the window should be open now for people to pit because we are at lap 13. So the window should be open now. So what would you say would be the best time to go for now? Right now, would it be the hard or would it be the medium? I mean, if it was me, it would be the medium.
Leaders coming into the pit now. You know me, Ben. I'm always at my best when I'm on the attack. I'd be looking to maybe pull a 2-stop here, soft, medium, soft. It's a long race. There's a lot of tyres to play with. However, there is a chance to be conservative. Go soft hard. Try the 1-stop. You're cutting out 20 seconds worth of pit stop time, but could you be leaving yourself vulnerable to those who want to use more rudder?
I'm just come up right now. Desi has been given a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Oh dear, it's an easy mistake to make, but it's one that he'll be angry about. It's just going to hinder the rest of the race now. It's just a simple mistake. Marty, is it Aldu?
I'd say it's Adu Thomas 69.
Adu. I believe this is his first race. So we've got Eugene with a 3-second penalty. That's for multiple warnings. Now, everyone in the pit stop or who's pitted at the moment will have, I believe, served their penalties, although it's not showing up. So
still battle between Timo and Tim 88 with Adu Thomas 69. I mean, this is the first time I think I've seen Adu Thomas 69.
They're going to pit together.
They are.
And that's going to allow Tim to take the lead of this race.
Marty is still yet to hit as well.
As is Tim. So let's just go down to tempo and see what rubber he's gone on to.
He's gone on to the hard.
So I'd assume he's going to be looking to do the 1-stop here. There are already only about 22 laps left of the race, and the hards can easily go that distance around Brazil. He's seemed to have done a really good job on the first stint. As Bremboy picks up another penalty for multiple warnings. So these are all going to come into account at the end of the race. But as I was saying, Tempo Tesla done a great job in the first part of the race and just preserving the rubber as long as he could, carrying those tyres, 14, 15 laps.
I believe we are going to get our first blue flag. It's Sharky. He will get a blue flag, so he needs to get out of the way.
Now, blue flags, it does mean that he's going to ghost. Now, he's been ghosting since he left the session, it's Sharky. Now, was it Sharky who had the tussle with Attack? It was Sharky and Attack who had a tussle, so that could be why they've retired from the session.
I believe it was Lightning that had the tussle.
Sorry. What I do know for sure is obviously Sharky isn't actually in the game at the moment. It is, I believe, an AI taking over. At least that's how it seems to me.
Anyway, we've still got Tim 88 and Marty FIFA to still pit. They are on those top. They must be running out of rubber at this point.
One thing I do want to check is Wasabi pitted yet? He has. He's on the mediums. And Borish also. So has Wasabi jumped Borish?
Let's have a look. I mean, at the moment, the best person at the moment with the...
It is Wasabi, so maybe he started outside the top 10 on the mediums.
So far, everyone's on 1-stop. But Wasabi's still yet to come in. He's on the mediums.
No worries. So it looks like Yanaki's actually jumped his teammate.
And the most penalties at the moment is the Wall with second, as well as Bremboy with 6 seconds each.
These are all gonna add up now to the end of the race. They could really affect the position. Tempo doing a really good job out in front now. As Marty comes in for his pit stop, he's only got Tim in front of him. That's 5 seconds. That's
What's he going on? He is going.
It looks like he's doing mediums. So he's already been on the medium, so he must be doing a 2-stop.
Well,
maybe a short stint on the softs right at the end, Ben, to go on the attack. Personally, I'm a big fan of a 2-stop strategy because it means that you can push, and it's not like this is a track where position is everything. You can overtake. I wouldn't do it around Monaco, but I'd do it on a track where you can overtake. As they go wheel to wheel with Atua. And he's got the position. He's kept the position after a really good
Right,
drive.
let's see if we can try and find ourselves a decent race. Well, looks like we're going to be on with Bremboy
and the Wall again. Two had a good battle last week as well. Eugene's now joining in the fight in the race as well.
I remember Eugene literally last week. He didn't even put in a qualification.
No, and he really flew in the race. I was thoroughly impressed with the race pace.
Anyway, we're going to ride on board now with Bremboy.
The Wall gets out of shape there. He's back in possible time.
The ERS is open as well as the ERS mode. I don't think he's got enough.
The Wall's
But will he have the brake? Yeah, I think he's going to have to wait until... Ooh, very close up to the back there. He will have to have turn 3, where he hopefully may have a little bit more, but he hasn't got a lot of ERS, so he's going to be on the recharge lap.
That is correct. So just up ahead, Borish is on the tail of Basabi. Basabi is yet to pit, and it's so important now that Borish gets past him. You can see he must almost be getting frustrated, stuck in the dirt for another lap behind a person who hasn't pitted yet. He's losing time to his teammate who's jumped him in the pits.
He is, seriously. I mean, if you look at the wall, that time is coming down. That was, a couple of seconds ago, 2.5 seconds. That has gone literally now to 2.1. He is losing significant time. And that is literally just about to probably come under now 2 seconds there, right there now. So he needs to get past right now. So he's going to need the DRS and the ERS to get past him. He's got plenty right there.
That's a cut and dry move. Good rubber. I'm sure he went into Rich Nick's overtake. He had full power there. Now we can start looking to bring back the 4.5 second gap to his teammate Yannicki. Tempo's lead now is also 4.5 seconds. Sorry, Boris is 5.7 seconds behind his teammate, and it's 4.5 to Tempo. He's really controlling the race.
Tempo, I believe, will be going to the end of the race with those hard.
I think he will, as Lightning gets a penalty like 66 in the Mercedes, 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
Let's see who we can find. Let's look at KT and KTID. They're going wheel to wheel with the Mercedes.
As Lightning, they just keep away from contact again. But the Williams is all up in the wing mirrors now. He's going to have to spend sector 2 trying to stay and trying to lose as little time as possible. Stay on his gearbox, set up the overtake along the pit straight.
I mean, let's face it, Williams and Mercedes, both powered by Mercedes engines. So,
lock up there for the Mercedes. He's going to lose time. He is on the hard rubber as well.
See, this is where you need much grip. I can only imagine that someone is going to go off, and you probably need a safety car to probably help Basabi as well as Marty to help. I believe Tim A. to help him out.
Oh, and the... he's
wow!
Into the pit lane. I don't know if that was a glitch or not.
We seem to be having a couple of issues here with KTID 123.
It looks like he crashed into the pit lane, but
he's gone on to another medians. Okay,
fair enough. Looks like it'll be another 2-stop. Now, the Wall and Basabi swapping places now, and Borish did just set the fastest lap of the race. So since he got past Basabi, who still hasn't pitted, and he's now holding up quite a big pack. Obviously, Borish is extending his advantage over the Wall, not quite cutting into the time of Yannicki, who is cutting the time to Tempo, but Tempo is on the hard.
He's not allowed to do that. Basabi is actually not that. He could get a penalty for that because in this league's regulations, he is not allowed to reset himself on track.
Did he press reset?
He must have done, because he went off and reset it. This could be what the FIA may be looking at now, because unfortunately he hasn't set it. You are not allowed to reset. So
nose changes, soft tyres, but this one will be something that looks to be going on. If we could just get on board with Marty, Bremboy and Tim, these are all going at it again. The Wall seems to have gotten out of this battle for now, but these three have been pretty much going at it since about lap 5.
Definitely. I mean, has to be the race. I mean, let's face it. Unless a safety car or anything happens to Tempo, let's face it. I think this race is going to probably more likely be his. Yeah. But it's too early to say. But at the moment, the best race we've got at the moment is between fifth, sixth, and seventh.
We're on board with Marty in sixth, pretty much in the sandwich of this battle. As he looks to approach Bremboy, thought about the overtake there, thought better of it as they go through the centre.
Slight lock-up from
that's made him drift wide. I don't know if that will open things up for Tim. He's actually got a good exit from corner 3 there.
He's going to go to get on the inside.
He's got the tyre advantage. They're going wheel to wheel, and I don't expect Bremboy to pull out easy, and he doesn't.
Wow, Bremboy, that is fantastic.
Yes, he formulated a 3-second.
He must have had that little extra bit of traction, especially on that outside, and taking all that curve. That is absolutely fantastic.
That was really good racing, and no one wanted to be the man to pull out here.
I'm not going to repeat myself, but I'm not going to repeat. Let's have a look. Literally, this is the closest race. These three. Seriously, how long can this go on for?
I think they can go on. Well, I mean, there isn't particularly long left. I'd say about 15 laps left already. This is quite a short circuit, just like last week.
We're going to ride on board with Marty Beeper, as he has got the overtake open, hasn't got a lot left. He's got the DRS taking it on the inside.
I'm going to go wheel to wheel here, and it looks like Marty. Oh, there's yellow flags. Have they made contact?
No, but they are still.
No, but Tim's gone off. He went wide at turn 1. He was in this battle. And Bremboy, look, they're swapping places again. Bremboy coming back at the wall. The battle's now down to the two of them after. I don't know whether there was contact. I haven't heard anything. Basabi sets the fastest lap. It's 1 minute 9.5. I'm not too sure if there was contact, but as we can see on the field here, it's Bremboy and Marty now just in a two-man battle for 5th and 6th place, as Alda is about 3 seconds behind the battle. The wall, all this battling means that the wall's pulled out a gap of nearly 3 seconds. Tempo's got a 3.7 lead at the front, with Doris who slipped from 2nd down to 3rd place at another 3.9 seconds behind.
Just a button there at the moment, mate. Unfortunately, I have news from the FIA. They are going to be investigating the reset to track ruling.
And that was on Basabi, was it?
That was on Basabi.
Okay, right, so yeah, we reset the track, and also we can confirm there was contact with Tim and Bremboy going into Bremboy to defend from Marty again. This is still battling, and it's still going on, but what we can tell you is there was contact between Tim and Bremboy, which is why Tim's no longer a part of this battle. That's why it's now a two-man thing.
I mean, so far they're more equally outspaced. Apart from Desi going on with Tim now, I mean, this is our closest race at the moment.
As I say, this obviously is for the points where I know Desi and Tim they're in the lower echelons of the points. So this is for the biggest points on the track. If anything does change, we'll let you know. What is worth noting here is that Marty hasn't got a time penalty, but Bremboy and the Wall do.
The thing is that I don't know if they will be serving in the pit lane. That is the question.
If they're looking to do a two-stop, I don't know whether they'll be coming in soon or whether they're going to try and make these mediums last.
So far, we have had one DNF in this race. That was attack 4001, where we're literally on this straight right now had an incident with lightning. That's obviously then putting him into the wall, and you can you saw it across our screen, and literally just went straight off track. So I will have to probably look at that when the.
I'm sure it'll be investigated after, but all we can do now is focus on these last 11 or so laps. Jesse Formula 8 sets the fastest lap. It's a 109.131. He's Aston Martin Red Bull Racing, currently sitting in 15th place.
What is the fastest Grand Prix lap time? Can you find out that?
Yeah.
as we are coming up with Marty FIFA. We will ride on board with him now. He hasn't got that much ERS. He will need a recharge, but he has DRS on his side. As we're looking to go on the inside, he's overtaking the hat. But what will happen? Will he come back?
Bremboy's looking to keep. There's a little bit of contact on the back tyres there. Bremboy's he's not one to give up easy.
Yeah, and because of that, he's got a
3-second penalty up. And now Marty's swinging across, trying to break the switch, trying to go defensive. Bremboy's going to try and hold this one along the outside, but I think the defensive line there by Marty FIFA are just about getting ahead. But the battle is going to keep going.
These two are definitely scrapping away at each other.
I can tell you, that the fastest race lap, or maybe not, come back to me in a second. Realise that was qualified.
Oh, hang on! Ooh. Bremboy literally nearly lost it. That back end literally just kicked out there. Lost the momentum to Marty. He's literally about to probably come out of DRS range. Will he? Yes, he's coming out of DRS range, unfortunately.
The current race lap record was Valtteri Bottas in 2018, 1 minute 10.540. So we've beaten that.
We've beaten that already. Seriously, that goes to show you that the obviously different when it comes to esports. Anything can happen. As we are aboard with Tim 88.
Get past Stocko Saints, and now Tim did have contact into this corner with Bremboy.
As he switches back,
no, on the apex, beautiful there. Good fight.
But he will have it at turn 3 going into the next DRS. But will he get a better traction? No.
Stocko Saints there makes sure he breaks the slipstream because of how important that is down that quite short straight is a centre track there.
This looks to be our best battle at the moment between 8th and 9th place.
As obviously we were watching the battle between Bremboy and Marty, but Bremboy had a big oversteer moment. Unfortunately, that's broken the battle for now. It is back under a second, but not too close. But it's kind of hovering about that second mark.
Will he get DRS? It could be with a chance.
I think it's just within DRS there if they went over the white line.
He does have it, so he'll be able to pick up momentum and try and get back into this battle.
Correct. As Gap's hovering with Tim as well, is about 2 tenths of a second behind Stocko Saints.
I mean, I could literally. I don't think he'll have enough for at least another lap or 2.
What an exit Stocko Saints got from that corner. That was fantastic. As we can see, the gap's really gone down between second and third place. So Boris has been putting in some pretty hefty lap times. Desi does get a penalty, 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Either corner cutting / extending the track limits.
Let's have a look.
Let's see
how much
penalties we're looking at. So the wall has 9 seconds worth of penalties. Bremboy also has 9. Aldu has 5 seconds penalties. Tim has 3 seconds. Desi with 8 seconds. Eugene with 3. Lightning 66 with 6 seconds, and Jesse Formula with 8 seconds. Is Sharky shown as a lap?
Pretty clean race at the moment, apart from those particular drivers. Yeah. You are at least going to pick up at least a penalty with at least let's face it, with all the drivers at this point.
Now, I'm just looking at tyre choices here at the top. Now, Borish has gone onto the medium tyres. Now, that could be why the gap's coming down to Yankee, but having said that, I think maybe going on to the hard was the best choice here, purely because it looks to be not giving out as much coming into the end of this race. But we will keep our eye on the battle if there is one between the 2 McLarens.
Tim 88 has overtaken Doc O'Saint. Right, he must have got that in that DRS zone after turn 3.
Yeah, okay. And then, as we can see here, that's allowed Desi to join in the battle. So we have a 3-man battle for the final 3 points paying positions. Oh, that's a good move from... that is a really good move from Desi. That's a ballsy move.
I mean, credit where credit's due.
Absolutely.
We're going to go on board with Desi, as he will have the DRS. Let's have a look. He doesn't have a lot of DRS, but remember the DRS does help so much, especially getting into that slipstream. Will he have enough? He's going to have to be proper brave if he's going to go for it. He goes for it on the inside, braking.
Oh, they come close
lock
to contact with lock up there.
Yeah, he's literally picked up the penalty.
He's going wide, he's gone wide because of that lock up. And now the corner really opens up to Desi. He wants the inside line. He has the inside line. And that's looking like an overtake into the turn 4. And now, Tim's gone wide, and that's allowed Stocko Saints to come through. So they're battling wheel to wheel towards this double right-hander, and that will play into Tim's favour as he has the inside line. Oh, and he thought about the move. Oh, this is getting close now. As we can see, Boris is in with DRS of Yannick now, so the teammates looking to battle.
Let's see how well this plans out, because if Boris actually stays with Yannick, or a bit of a lockout by Boris, but he stays with, we could be seeing a bit of a battle. He's in slipstream right now, going into the turn 3 DRS zone. He's got a lot of DRS, but he's not used it. I think he will be setting himself up for the 5th straight. We will come back to that in a second, but at the moment we are going to stay on board. Big looking by there by 1088.
Stocko Saints just behind 3/10 of a second. He's not far back. The DRS might just about saving.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go back to Boris as we are coming up to the Alex Albon corner, I believe.
Yeah,
yes,
Alex Albon hairpin.
Yes, it is a hairpin, my apologies. We're coming up to Isaac Glock. I like 5 on it. Right, now we are going on board now with Boris, going on Yannick 10. DRS is open now. Overtake button, is it going to be used? No, but the slipstream is going to be helping him a little bit. Is he going to save it?
This is going to go on.
He's going to stay with him. What? Whoa! That is absolutely fantastic. Yannick, obviously, what he did of coming into turn 3, he stayed on that left-hand side throughout that whole entire corner and stayed there on the exit, which gave Boris that extra momentum, which stayed on the right to go right in and attack. That is fantastic.
Those medium tyres playing a big part, and I'm very impressed with his tyre management, because it's easy to see why people were going onto the hards to take it all the way to the end. So
with this battle going on with Desi, Tim, and Stocko Saints, Eugene's actually came into the fray now. Look at him; he is actually behind this battle now. So he's going to be looking to see what he can get. He is literally just outside the point. Could he get something out of this race?
It looks like he's going to make the move into the Albon hairpin. That got dangerously close to contact.
I mean, at the moment, we'll stay with this one. This is going to be the battle for both 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Have a look. DRS is open, but the ERS is not going to be having. We'll go on board with Scott.
Very close. He's going to really needs to look at maximising his exit. There's a big lock up for Tim. That can really play into Stocko Saints' hands. He just gets good exit. I think Tim must be. Oh no, he's recharging. No flashing light.
But
he's got
is
DRS
Stock.
as well.
Stock is also recharging. Look at that.
Yeah, there isn't too much there. He's using what little he has around this corner to stay on his gearbox. He might look for a move into this. Right.
Caught the grass there a little bit. He will have to stay with this, especially when coming up into the hit straight. That is the opportunity to overtake on this on this racetrack. Don't get me wrong. Sector 1 after turn 3 and DRS, that is decent, but let's face it, you're not going to get a lot of momentum. You haven't got enough track to try and take the overtake. That's why this is right now the opportunity.
There just doesn't seem to be a lot of energy, but Eugene's right now on the tail It's almost seen there around those final few.
We had a little twitch. He was speaking about it. Big got cut by Tim again.
He must be struggling on the mediums. He must be supplanting the available grip. Soccer Saints and UG. You see, they're all just about got enough gap between them to keep it down. There's Yannicki now coming at Boris. So are the hard tyres coming good for the final couple of laps here?
We'll see at the moment. I mean, he's keeping it around the 0.8 mark as we are going on the DRS straight. Well, I wouldn't call it straight, would you?
It's the thing.
It's the thing. At the moment, he is going to try and get as much as he can, try and get into that clean air. I mean, it's done him a bit of justice. He's actually got that down to literally just under half a second.
You see, Boris had a really, really fast line from there. He straightened out the corner, and that's really helped him with the exit. As Eugene gets past Stocko Saints now for the final points playing position, and Eugene I think he got through there before the DRS zone, and now he's going to look to attack Tim 88, the Red Bull.
Let's see what Tim 88. Tim has a lot of problems with the lockup, which is actually hurting him.
Whether he hasn't got DRS,
but could Eugene be brave enough?
I don't think
so.
So.
He's going to have to wait. He's going to wait till the end of this one.
Tim looks to get out of shape. He took a lot of curve there, and that can really kick the rear out into that corner. Obviously, round sector 2 for Brazil. It's so hard to overtake. And you see, Eugene
another locker by Tim.
Oh, he's been hitting the rear.
No, I don't think it was. I think that was long. I think that was a bit of oversteer.
Okay, no, that looks quite a lot like contact. There's lots of locking up going now. I believe the medium tyre runners, we need to get on board with Yannicki. He's so close. Boris's release from those corners are brilliant.
It's that sector 1 where Boris is really
keeping him safe. It is safe.
Right, we're going to go back onto Eugene with Tim 88. Tim 88 hasn't got a DRS. ERS with Eugene, but hasn't got a lot. He's trying to break it. Going around the outside.
Can he keep it in a straight line?
He does.
He does. That's a really good. Oh, it's gone wide there.
Come back.
And that's helping Stocko Saints get involved in the battle as well. We're going to have a free wide moment. No, we're not. And they all get around there. Tim 88's retaken.
Position. I think Tim 88 went off there a little bit off the track. So, but hasn't done anything. Going on back with Yannick and Boris. Now, this is what we're going to be watching right now.
Eugene does have a penalty that's come through. So, Yannick has a penalty. And this is now, this is the final lap, and we didn't even notice. We were that into it. So, we're not professional commentators.
No, we're not
but that's a dominant win by tempo. But we could have won last week.
We will be coming on now with Eugene and Tim.
It's all going to come down to a drag race, but I think Tim should just about keep the position.
Yeah, because he's got Sharky to help him with the DRS. So that is how
that's it. And let's have a look. So Boris finishes in second. Yannicki third. He did have the penalty. Tempo, Tesla with the win. We've got Marty in fourth, the Wall in fifth, who had a great battle there with Bremboy, who finished in sixth. Adu on his debut in the Renault, doing really well in seventh. We've got Stocko Saints and Tim 88, 8th and 9th respectively, and Desi completes your top 10.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, when it comes to the front three, the only point you got that was
right at the end there.
Was right at the end, but unfortunately not enough oomph to try and get that last move done. But I'd say at the moment the greatest battle at the moment was during the middle of the table right there. I mean, once again, tempo.
You see, this could have been his second win. It was a safety car in Austria, meant that he couldn't unfortunately pit onto the new rower, and Boris could, and that obviously helped Boris win. But that was a really fantastic race. Dominant by the Ferrari driver. Some really great battling going on as the race went on. especially between Bremboy and the Wall. I have to say, Bremboy and Desi, the two Haas drivers, that they really don't. They're not going to pull out. I've been very impressed by watching them for the two races I have watched them. So there was about 45 minutes of racing there, dominated by tempo. He led most of the laps other than the laps where he pitted. He made the one stop onto the hard work. And fastest lap, if we can find that, I believe it was someone in 15th place.
Lead, it is Jesse Formula.
Fastest lap. He's not going to get the extra point because he's not in the top 10.
I will say this though, driver of the day, it has to be Adu Thomas 69.
Yeah.
I believe this is his debut, and he's come up from 14th on the grid to that amazing, I think it was 6th place. He got.
I don't think anyone would argue with that at the starting 14th. I don't think anyone would. And look, really controlled race. Did pick up some penalties, but esports, you do pick up penalties, and it's how you handle the wheel to wheel. I have to say, other than a couple of contact moments, which will be investigated, again, for a second week in a row, there was quite a lot of good, clean, hard, but clean racing.
Well, we are literally just about to end here at Interlagos, but we will be back this Friday, right?
A week today.
We will be back at, let's face it, the home of Formula One, the home of British Motorsports. We're at Silverstone. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Matt, once again, my co-commentator, you have been an absolute star as always.